behind me is the next couple projects that you'll see on this channel. Very, very, very similar to what we've already done before, but I'm excited for this one just because it's a little bit different. What I've done is I've gone ahead and bought 2 speed sign trailers. These are a little bit different than the last ones we bought. The last one was a message board trailer, and I made that into the trailer behind these 2. But this one is strictly a speed sign. So we'll take a closer look at both of them here in this video, and then we'll get started on making these things into functional trailers. We'll probably make one into another solar trailer, which will be the smaller one. And then the bigger one we'll make into a trailer just like what we did before. So we'll kind of breeze through some of this stuff in these videos, but hopefully we'll touch on a couple other things and dissect these and kind of see how they operate. One of them is really old and more like a homemade deal by the police department. And the other one is another trailer by MPH Industries, which is speed monitor products. They partner together in order to make these speed sign trailers. So I'm happy that I got both of them. I paid about $430 for both of them, and that other message board has paid itself off, not just in the trailer that we built, not only in the solar project, the solar trailer that we built, but in the parts that I sold from that message board. If you go back and see that video, I'll put a card in the top right hand corner in this video, but if you go back and watch that other video, you could tell that it was just super expensive to buy those parts, which means that the used part market is really expensive too. So I made quite a bit of money on these, so on that last one. So on these, I'm hoping to make a good deal of money as well. I won't be keeping any of this. So we'll get this thing dissected and start from there. First things first though, we got to get this trailer off of this one, but let me give you a quick walk around before we do that. So I picked these up about an hour away. The police department actually helped me put this on. Sadly, strapping it down here, cracked that panel. No big deal, we can get another panel. But yeah, this trailer is in way worse shape than the one we just built. This fender being the worst of it. So hopefully some paint and everything will get going. I think this one's a 2004 and this one's a 2014 or something like that. So it's a little bit newer, and of course it looks better. But this is the goal, to make one of these out of this. It's a pretty straightforward project. It's just really, really, really heavy. And if you saw the last video or one of my previous videos of the gator, I hurt my finger pretty bad. It led with partial bone amputation and all kinds of stuff. So I'm a little bit mangled right now, but we're going to try to see if we can get these projects started here. So this thing's really heavy. I don't really care about the quality of any of this. So what I think I'm going to do is pull this hitch off, because this is removable. Lower this down and grab the gator or the Jeep. Just put a rope on here and just let this thing fall down and go from there. But I actually think one of these tires was super flat, so we'll pump that up first. And actually it looks like it's missing a stud right there. So, but anyhow, let's get the air hose out here and fill this thing up and start there. This strap has seen better days for sure. It's just a tow strap. I would love to get one of those like rebound dampening ones, like a kinetic rope. But my wife and I, it got ran over, okay? Long story short, but my wife and I picked up a Jaguar XJS V12 convertible. It's a pretty rare combo, especially in the bluish gray color that we had it in. But I bought it and it was an absolute basket case. You can see that video on this channel. I can link that in the top right hand corner as well. You can go watch that video anytime. But I'll put some pictures of it right here where it was finished. I mean, it ended up being a beautiful car, and the guy that bought it was super happy. So, and we made some money. So, all good things. It's about to be real sketchy. What my plan is to lower these jacks down, and it might just fall off by the weight of this thing. So, we'll see. I'm gonna lower this one down first because I think there's two of them here. And I think this is gonna be a little bit less likely to hit me in the face. Time to get to it. If that doesn't make your butthole pucker, let's get the gator out here. But that worked pretty well, actually. So, I hope you're happy, as I am. We'll get a grinder and cut off some of these locks, because I don't have any keys for this one. I had keys for the last one. There's just a pipe that goes in the spokes of the wheels, then it can't roll. And this tongue comes off, and of course there's leveling jacks on each side, so they can be parked up with little concern that it'll get stolen. These, of course, are locked, so we're gonna drill them out. I think I'm gonna set it down in order to do this. Be much easier than getting on a ladder. Throw it, Bessie. Oh. The other one had struts on it, so it wouldn't just fall down. Ow. Oh yeah, it is on. The whole unit is on. You have a full radar in here. I was right on that location. Yeah, I mean, everything's working. It says 12.5 volts right now. The only thing I don't know is if this is charging or not. Ow. That hurt. We'll see what happens. Maybe I can put it in some type of test mode or something. Quick lesson from ChatGPT on 3 ways that we can test this sucker. So hopefully we can get it into test mode. We'll see. So everything should be on. We'll see if this tuning fork can make it work. That's so sick. I gotta get my wife. I'm excited. I gotta show her. I just went through and did some profit calculations in my head. If I just fixed up this trailer and sold it, these trailers sell used for around $3 grand, which I bought this one for $280 or something like that. I don't really remember. And of course we need a new solar panel, but that'd be quite a big profit because we know that it all works. Everything's working, which it was advertised as non-working, but I wonder if they just couldn't get into the system. But what I want to do now is charge up and test these batteries. I highly doubt that they're fully charged right now, but I do want to at least test them, these two here. Actually, it says 12.5 volts, so we'll throw the tester on it. This is just a cheap Amazon tester, but it's done great for me. I bought this when I had that Jaguar I mentioned earlier in this video. Alright, well, I guess we can take this old solar panel off, throw it away. Plan is to put this box on that little trailer. We'll have to build some risers and whatnot, and the new solar panel will just go on the deck lid here. Just mount this straight in. That's kind of my idea. And then this trailer will become just like the last one we bought, and the rest of this stuff we'll sell on eBay. I made quite a bit of money off of the light panels from the last trailer, so I'm hoping I can make good money off of that. Solar panel has been removed. If you guys remember last time, I'm going to learn from my mistakes, I hope. We'll see when we get there, but I'm going to try to put these jacks down so it doesn't tip over and all kinds of stuff. That was difficult to do. I smashed my finger, I remember that. It's time to do some sketchy work here. This whole unit swings on this here, okay? This is a counterweight. I don't know what it's made out of. Concrete, steel, lead, I have no idea. The one for this unit was bigger and heavier, and about took my fingers and feet off multiple times. There's some funny bits in that video, you should go watch them. But I want to reuse this as part of the gate because it's already on the interior side. We'll just have to put a piece of steel here. Might have to extend it, I don't know. But I do want to use this. So what that means is I want to cut this off. I've already decided that we'll just be selling this stuff on the internet. So we'll unbolt all this, but we can do that with it laying here, flat on this unit. So we're going to try to cut this off and deal with this as its own separate piece and move that away. And then what we can do is unbolt this and unhinge it here. The wires run up through here. I learned that from the last thing. They run up in here, through here, and then somewhere, somehow, into the box. I don't know where, but probably in one of those. So we're gonna work on cutting that off like I said, I expect this to be sketchy. Whew. There's one side. All right, that's it. It's loose. Glad that's not my foot. I don't want to touch this thing. I still have a messed up finger. I mentioned it in another video, but I was working on that John Deere Gator. I had an accident with my table saw, an unexpected date, a blind date if you will. Went to the ER, had partial bone amputation, and it's still healing. So if you're fast, you can freeze frame that if you want to, but I won't put you through that. It still hurts, but it's healing. God's goodness is amazing, I'll tell you that. The way that God has designed the body to heal itself is impeccable. I'm learning, I'm remembering. If you saw the last trailer video, I wasn't smart enough to put this down before I got rid of that big counterweight, and the whole thing tipped backwards. So I had to use the car jack to get it back up, if I remember correctly. So we're just gonna put this jack down real quick. So that does not happen. Now what we'll do is we'll work on getting this box separated from this thing. To try to remove this box. This was an absolute pain last time. And I'm hoping it's not that way again, but it very easily could be. Last time, one thing that fought me were the wires that run up to right there. So let's see if we can get those out first. Ooh, that one's heavier. Last time we went down, I'm really hoping I can come up with it, come this way. And those wires that are still attached inside of there will hopefully pull out a little bit when I lift up. Let's see. Nope, it's doing the opposite. It's actually going in that way. Okay. Well, it's already starting to go down. I don't want it to go down. I just cut those because I don't even think we'll need them. So we're using that over there. So now hopefully I can do this with a bummed finger. Let's find out. Ooh. Caught on something. Ooh. Okay, getting somewhere. Wow. Oh yeah, this one's not not mounted nearly as good. All the internal stuff. Sweet. Yay. Now that finally looks like progress. We gotta cut this bar off, which we'll probably end up using this bar and attaching it to that ramp. So, but we gotta get all the stuff cut off and everything. So I guess we'll just do a montage of cutting.
Just to close the door. You stay closing doors. I stay up late, trying to reach your mind. I can't reach your mind, but you're like a moves that change all the time. Changing all the time. Why are you always?
Pretty much all my batteries are dead, so we're gonna be about done for the day. But we got a lot done. Let me show you around here. We got these pillars cut off, the mounts for that bar cut off that were down in here and over there. The stops for the upright piece that used to pivot on these uprights, and then the bar across the back. Like I said, we'll use this bar across the back most likely on the ramp section, which we'll still have to cut up and modify and whatnot, of course. We'll put some caps on top of these holes here. I'll go ahead and weld this angle here that they didn't do from the factory. We'll weld that up, and otherwise I think we're pretty much done cutting, other than fabricating, other than removing these, well, 3 of these jacks. One of them has to go to my brother because he wants one for a trailer he's building, and the other 2 will go in storage. So, which from this trailer, I already have 2 extras. I left 2 on here, which is kind of nice because I can do this with it. So it's just only like an inch above the ground rather than, bless me, rather than all the way up. So, and I don't have to like adjust the jack. It's light enough. So, yeah, other than that, I mean, we're moving right along on this thing, way faster than last time. So, just lots of work. But before my battery's totally dead and before we run on daylight, let's go ahead and take that thing off. I'm gonna go ahead and paint this axle while it's dirty on the floor so that I don't get it on my concrete. All right, that's gonna be it for today. Made a lot of progress on this. I'm very happy with that. Next up, I think what we'll end up doing is, of course, taking these jacks off. We do have to test the lights on this trailer still, but we made good progress. Thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Said that you would if you just had time. You got hard and hard now, babe. You got hard and hard now, babe. You got hard.
Ow. Just whacked myself in the nuts with this blade. Ooh, I feel sick. Let's try not to do that again.
Said I should leave for the sun coming. You got hard and hard now, babe.
All right, let me take you through some of the stuff I did. You saw me weld on this piece and cap the ends. Of course, I processed it, cut off some of this stuff and the ears and stuff, but that's pretty much done. We made caps for this and welded that on. I ran 1 bead along the front. What I found is mine is removable. I remained it that way. I do like that feature, but I'd rather it be safe than sorry. We'll leave that bolt in there as a pin, so it's not going to come off, but now it's not going to wobble. If somebody wanted to, they could just take a blade and cut that and then have it back to be removable. I'm kind of afraid to weld all the way around just because I don't want to melt these wires, which I'm not even sure if the lights work yet. We'll get to that in a minute. Next up, I think we're going to fix this. Oh, and I did weld up those corners like I told you I was going to do. So, and of course we removed the jacks and now there's only 1 jack. So let's get started working on this with a pair of adjustable wrenches and go from there, I guess. That's much better.
I saw you. I knew I had to make you.
I went ahead and purchased some lumber. I already got it cut to length, but I do have to make some modifications to it. What we're going to be doing is going to be capping the lumber, if you want to call it that. But basically we'll take this angle iron, I got another piece because this isn't long enough, and we'll weld it down over top so it'll sit inside that channel in here, and we'll weld that down on. I did go ahead and cut this piece. This I got out of the trash. It's from old shelving, like pallet rack shelving. It's pretty stinking nice for free, I'll tell you that. So we'll get this thing tacked on.
But I promise you for sure.
I also went ahead and pre-cut some steel in order to get this on. We're just gonna weld it on and then put some tabs on it. If you ever need to replace some wood, you gotta cut 3 welds, and then you can replace the wood. So we'll get this thing welded on.
And I love your grace. Said I love the brother smile on your pretty little face. I love it when you're close to me. That's where I want you.
All right, I'll show you what I did here. These are just regular door hinges. Yeah, that's what I used. Of course, welded that on. You can see I capped this front side. It's easier to see, so I'll show you this. This angle is a little bit thinner than that. I think this is 1.25 inches and that's 1.5 inches. So it covers a little bit more, but it's welded just the same on the edges and with the strap down the center. It's not going to go anywhere. So pretty satisfied with that. And then this was from the original speed sign part of it. We're just using that as a door latch. Let's see if I can do this with one hand here. There it is. And you can then flip it up. And I did it this way because, yes, you can change the orientation, which would allow it to auto lock, I guess, whenever you lift it up. But I decided to do it in this orientation just because there's less play, like side to side. There's more contact. I'll show you what I'm saying. So here's the groove I cut out, and then I welded in the extra overages part. So like I said, I could change the orientation, but if I did that, you can imagine it would be coming in like this. Yes, it would be auto closing, which would be nice, but then in the other way, it wouldn't have as much meat to jostle back and forth. So I left it like that. So anyways, I think all we have left now is to check the lights and of course paint the new steel, clean it up, and list it for sale. So let's go ahead and check the lights.
Why you went away? I only know you are gone, and I sit alone, my heart by the phone, and so I just listen to rain.
Okay, here it is. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate it. Another trailer done. I'm ready for the next guy. Pretty pleased how this turned out. Pretty self-explanatory build. Strip it down, put on some wood, build a gate. Got this cool little latch. Otherwise, pretty self-explanatory. Thanks for joining me. Go ahead and hit subscribe if you want to see more of it, and click like if you do like this video. Thanks. God bless.